Mukesh Ambani.
Distinguished guests, my fellow Indians, Namaste. The Global AI Impact Summit is a defining moment in India's tech history, a moment when India pledges to make AI one of the driving forces to realize its dream of a Viksit Bharat, the dream of becoming a fully developed nation by 2047, the glorious centenary of our independence. We are deeply honored that our most respected Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi, is the guide, philosopher, and leader of this summit. Honorable Minister Sri Vaishnav and his wonderful team deserve full praise for organizing this summit on a grand scale befitting India's ambition. Modi ji's vision of AI powered Viksit Bharat is also a template for a Viksit Global South. If wisely used, I believe AI can usher in an era of superabundance, a world without poverty, and a future of prosperity for all the 8 billion people on our beautiful planet is now within sight, within reach. Friends, artificial intelligence is not just another technology. For the first time, humans are creating human like systems that can learn, speak, analyze, move, and produce autonomously. AI is the mantra that powers every yantra or every machine and system to work faster, better, and smarter. I see AI as a modern day Akshay Patra, the legendary vessel in Mahabharat that provided endless nourishment to all. Likewise, AI offers limitless augmentation in knowledge, efficiency, and productivity. We are only at the dawn of this era. The best of AI is yet to come. Distinguished participants in this summit, today the world is debating a profound question. Will AI concentrate power in the hands of a few, or will it democratize opportunity for all? Do we act as isolated nations or as a united global family? Our polarized world stands at a fork. One path has led to a situation where AI is scarce and expensive, compute is concentrated, data is controlled, and capability is locked behind barriers of capital and geography in the global north. In this dismal scenario, inequality widens between nations, within societies, and across generations. But there is another path, a future where AI is available, affordable, and beneficial to all. As our Prime Minister said, India believes in this second future. Dear friends, from the podium of this summit today, I want to make a bold prediction. India will emerge as one of the greatest AI powers in the world in the 21st century. My confidence is validated by an undeniable truth. In the coming decades, no country in the world can match India's strength in demography, democracy, development, digital infrastructure, data generation, AI harvest. Let me begin, as was said many times this morning, what India has achieved in the past 10 years. First, India is the world's largest mobile data consumer. Nearly 1 billion internet users, data costs among the lowest globally, and in terms of quality, there is no difference between Delhi and the remotest Indian village. Second, Aadhaar, 1.4 billion digital IDs. Third, UPI processes over 12 billion transactions monthly. Fourth, India ranks among the top three startup ecosystems with 100,000 startups and 100 plus unicorns. Fifth, India's secure and inclusive digital public infrastructure stack is now being adopted by countries around the globe. Friends, in all humility, I wish to state that Jio, with over 500 million loyal subscribers, was privileged to play a leading role in this transformation across broadband, 4G, 5G, and home connectivity. With equal humility, I would like to announce that Jio will play an even bigger role in India's AI transformation. Today, on behalf of the Reliance Group and Jio Intelligence, I want to make three announcements. Announcement one: Jio connected India to the internet era. Jio will now connect India to the intelligence era. We will deliver intelligence to every citizen, every sector of the economy, and every facet of social development and every service of government. Jio will do so with the same reliability, quality, scale, and extreme affordability that transformed connectivity. India cannot afford to rent intelligence. Therefore, we will reduce the cost of intelligence as dramatically as we did the cost of data. Announcement 2: Jio, together with Reliance, will invest 10 lakh crores over the next 7 years, starting this year. This is not speculative investment. It is not for chasing valuation. This is patient, disciplined, nation building capital designed to create durable economic value and strategic resilience for decades to come. Distinguished participants, the biggest constraint in AI today is not talent or imagination, it is scarcity and high cost of compute. Therefore, here is my third announcement: Geo Intelligence will build India's sovereign compute infrastructure through three bold initiatives. One, gigawatt scale data centers. We already started construction on multi gigawatt AI ready data centers at Jamnagar. Over 120 megawatts will come online in the second half of 2026 this year, and a clear path to gigawatt scale compute for training and large scale inference. Two, our green energy advantage. We have an in house energy advantage with up to 10 gigawatts of ready green power, surplus anchored by solar in both Kutch and Andhra Pradesh. Three, a nationwide edge compute. An edge compute layer deeply integrated with Geo's network will make intelligence responsive, low latency, and affordable, close to where Indians live, learn, and work. From kirana stores to clinics, from classrooms to farms, intelligence will live at the edge. Our resolve is clear: make intelligence as ubiquitous as connectivity. When compute becomes infrastructure, innovation will become inevitable. Friends, geointelligence is guided by five non negotiable principles. First, AI for India's deep tech and advanced manufacturing leadership, reaching not just large enterprises, but agriculture, small businesses, and the informal sector. Geointelligence will not simply be a search or an ask tool, it will primarily be a resource for multiplying productivity and efficiency. Second, world leading multilingual AI capability across all Indian languages. When farmers and artisans speak to AI in their own words and students learn in their own mother tongue, This is not convenience, this is inclusion. जियो एआई भारत की भाषा में बोलेगा, भारत की संस्कृति में फूलेगा और भारत की मिट्टी में फलेगा. Third, responsibility, security, data residency, and trust as Geo's core guarantees, not afterthought. Fourth, we will provide, we will prove that AI does not take away jobs. Rather, it will create new high skill work opportunities. And fifth, the AI story has shifted from who has the best model to who can build the strongest ecosystem for speed and scale of usage. Therefore, we will build deep partnership ecosystem with Indian enterprises, startups, IIT, IISC, and research institutions. We will work shoulder to shoulder with India's leading industrial groups to embed AI across manufacturing, logistics, energy, finance, retail, agriculture, and healthcare. We will empower startups with affordable compute and co development platforms. We will aspire to produce global breakthroughs in compute architecture, foundation models, and energy efficiency, designed in India, rooted in our values, powered by our talent, and scaled for humanity. And we will partner with the very best tech companies in the world, not as importers of intelligence, but as co architects of a new AI century. Dear friends, I believe that social relevance, not momentary craze, should drive AI growth in India. Geo has already started AI applications for the most pressing challenges in inclusive development. In education, we have Geo Shikshak, an adaptive AI teaching assistant in 22 languages. When 250 million school children and 50 million students in higher education are empowered by AI teachers, no power on earth can match India's talent wealth. In healthcare, Geo Arogya AI delivering first medical guidance in under 5 minutes in local languages on any phone. In agriculture, geokrishi, converting satellite imagery and precision weather into simple voice first advice to 140 million farmers to help improve their income. In everyday life, Geo Bharat IQ, a voice first AI companion helping Indians learn, earn, and access government services at Bharat scale. From wearables to fully connected homes, Geo frames, an AI glass device, and next generation AI devices will make intelligence truly ambient, as effortless, and as natural as human conversations. Through Geo Hotstar, AI will multiply Indian creativity with multilingual storytelling. We will popularize India's rich cultural heritage with futuristic technology, enhancing India's soft power globally. Friends, this inaugural Global AI Impact Summit in India has received a massive response. What does that show? It shows that AI is now becoming a people's movement worldwide. The success of this movement hinges critically on global cooperation and not polarization. Be it chips or rare earths, AI works its magic through sharing, not hoarding, through collaborations, not conflicts. The unique strength of India is that India serves as the vital bridge connecting the global south and the global north. After all, south or north, east or west, all of us have only one earth, one family, and one future. Today, at this summit, let us all pledge to transform this noble aspiration into reality using the most powerful gift of the human mind, AI. Let us combine intelligence with empathy and let us build a better future for all. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mukesh Ambani, for your strong belief in India's capabilities and also for being at the forefront of India's AI revolution. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause for Mr. Ambani. And now I would like to invite Sir Damis Hassabis. He is the founder and CEO of Google DeepMind, the co founder of Google DeepMind, and well, he is also the Nobel laureate, a chess prodigy, neuroscientist, and game designer before he became one of the world's leading artificial intelligence researchers. Sir Demis Hassabis brings an almost uniquely cross disciplinary mind to the challenge of building artificial general intelligence. DeepMind's AlphaFold solved a 50-year-old problem in biology, and he's, well, just getting started. Please welcome the co founder and CEO of Google DeepMind, Sir Hassabis.
Thank you. It's a huge honor to be here today with so many of my esteemed colleagues from industry, academia, and government. And congratulations to Prime Minister Modi and the Indian government on convening such an impressive summit at this very pivotal moment for AI. It's fantastic to see how the summit has evolved over the years, with the first meeting convened by Prime Minister Sunak at Bletchley Park in the UK. It's become an incredibly important convening point for international dialogue and hopefully cooperation in the future over the future of AI. When we started DeepMind in 2010, almost nobody was working on AI in industry. It was just a dream. And it's been incredible to see how in the last 15 years, where we've come from the beginnings, those humble beginnings, to now where we are today, where the whole world is talking about AI. The reason I've spent my whole career working on AI is I always believed it would be one of the most important and beneficial technologies ever invented. And for me, my passion is to advance scientific discovery. And I always felt that AI would be the ultimate tool for accelerating scientific discovery and being a force multiplier for human ingenuity. From a very young age, I've been obsessed with the Greek questions of science, the nature of reality, the nature of consciousness, these deep mysteries that are in the universe. And I think AI can help us find answers to these questions that we've pondered over for thousands of years. We're already starting to see the beginnings of this with systems like AlphaFold that we built to solve the 50-year grand challenge of protein folding. And we hope that this will just be the first example of amazing advances in science and medicine that have been enabled by AI. And we and others are working on many other branches of science now to bring AI tools to help advance material science, fusion, physics, and mathematics. In fact, almost every branch of science and medicine can be impacted by AI. And now in 2026, we're another threshold moment where AGI, artificial general intelligence, is on the horizon, maybe within the next 5 years. And we're seeing these general purpose systems, foundational model systems, becoming increasingly capable almost week by week. So this is obviously an amazing opportunity that we should all grasp, economic and productivity, as well as in the sciences. But it's also something that we have to approach with humility and understanding that we don't have all the answers yet as to how this technology is going to develop and to be deployed into the world. I've been really impressed with what I've seen in India. I spent some time prior to the summit in Bangalore. We have a really big office there, Google and DeepMind, a great research office where we do some really critical research that we then bring to our products and our technologies around the world in areas like efficient models, continual learning, and multilingual capabilities. I also had time to give a talk at the Indian Institute of Science at Bangalore, and I was incredibly impressed by the students and the faculty there, their enthusiasm and their energy for AI, and their ideas for how to use AI to improve India standing in the world, and to also seize all the new economic opportunities and scientific opportunities that AI opens up. It was incredibly impressive to see the energy around the country. And I think that India will indeed be a powerhouse for AI across the globe. We have many partnerships. Sundar, you heard Sundar announce many Google partnerships that we have with India. I'm especially proud of our deep partnership with Mr. Ambani and the Reliance Jio group to bring intelligence to everyone in India with our Gemini foundation models in partnership with Reliance. So we hope to build on that in the next few years. So if I was to try and quantify what's coming down the line with the advent of AGI, I think it's going to be one of the most momentous periods in human history. Probably something more like the advent of fire or electricity. One way maybe we can quantify that is I think it's going to be something like 10 times the impact of the Industrial Revolution, but happening at 10 times the speed, probably unfolding in a matter of a decade rather than a century. So really, this is an enormous amount of change is going to come, and it's still to be written how we can make that beneficial for the whole world. And I think the main way we should try to do this is by taking a scientific approach, using the scientific method to understand what the capabilities of these systems are, to build good guardrails and monitoring systems, to understand more deeply what these systems are capable of, and how we can make sure that they serve the purposes that we want. And then, of course, simultaneously, we also have to be bold to grasp these new opportunities to advance science and medicine and to improve human health and the human condition that society and the globe badly needs. So I think we've got to try and navigate this moment very carefully, very thoughtfully. And if we do so, I'm very optimistic that we'll usher in a great new era. But of course, this can't just be left to technologists, and that's why summits like this are really important to bring together all parts of society: the technologists that are building it, the scientists that are building it, governments, and how to deploy it for the best use of their citizens, but also artists, social scientists, and philosophers. We need to bring all of these debates into the tent to understand how we should navigate this next period in human history. And I think summits like this, international summits like this, are critical to encourage this kind of international dialogue and cooperation. And if we get this right, these next steps right, I think we can usher in a new golden era of scientific discovery and improve the lives and health of everyone in the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sir Hassabis, for your very profound and illuminating address. We really thank you. Sincere gratitude to your address. Ladies and gentlemen, and now I would like to invite Mr. Vishal Sikka. He's the founder and CEO of VNI. As CEO of Infosys, Vishal Sikka has led one of the most ambitious transformations in Indian IT history before leaving to build VNI, a company focused on human centered artificial intelligence. He is a computer scientist by training, a philosopher by temperament. He is one of the most original thinkers of the intersection of AI and enterprise. Please welcome the founder and CEO of VNI, Mr. Vishal Sikka.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Wow, wonderful introduction, and what an amazing event. I want to share 3 points from a long time that I have spent in AI. My first point is that what we see today in the world of AI, people who know what they are doing with AI are astonishingly effective with AI. Recently, a friend of mine, he and I were students together at Stanford. He has a large service that he runs, open public service. That service was built by 15 people, very world-class engineers, over 9 months. recently he rebuilt that service entirely by himself in 14 days using one of the generative AI coding tools. So if you are counting, that is about a more than 250 times improvement in productivity. Now he's a genius and not everyone gets a 250 times productivity gain, but you will see that people who understand how to use AI are astonishingly effective with it. And I had a similar experience recently with a customer of mine who is a distributor of home goods, and one of their main suppliers shut down their factories in one of their countries. And they did analysis using our product, all kinds of simulation scenarios. And over a few days, they reached the decision that they need to exit that country entirely. I asked him, such a monumental decision to get out of an entire country, how long would that have taken you before? And he said, easily it would have taken a year. And it would have involved heavy duty consultants and things like that. So we now have instant access to knowledge in any language, a condensation of things that we can present in any way. It is an incredible power. And yes, it is deeply disruptive to the ways that we have worked before, the way that we have done things in the past. But at the same time, and even more importantly, we can do unprecedented things with this, things that we could never do before. So this astonishing effectiveness, and Joshua referred to this as a jagged frontier, it is not uniform. Not everyone sees this. So that's my second point. Being effective with AI requires not only a knowledge of AI itself, but understanding its limitations and how to overcome those limitations. There is a huge gap between LLMs and the business users inside enterprises, especially, and how to bring value to those users. And overcoming that gap is where a lot of value creating opportunity is. That bridging that gap requires delivering correct systems, trusted, verifiable, reliable systems that deliver value to people. My own company works in this area, a layer that sits above the language models and delivers value to business users while ensuring correctness and things like that. When we overcome that gap, we can deliver massive value. Mukesh Bhai talked about it just now. We can transform every existing system, legacy systems, enormous complexities inside enterprises can be removed, industries can be transformed. We can give end users wings, we can amplify them to deliver things that were not possible to do before, that, or in the best case, it required professionals to do this. Doing that also requires not just overcoming the limitations of AI, but also imagination to see what is not there, to see what is possible. India has all of this in great abundance. The Honorable Prime Minister has called for 1 billion entrepreneurs, people who can overcome these and deliver value using AI. And I think this is exactly what the world needs and what India has the potential for. My third point is that we not only have to master today's AI, but we have to leapfrog it. AI today has enormous limitations. I have worked in AI for the last 38 years. One of our scriptures is Bhaj Govindam. It was written by the Shankaracharya, and it has a beautiful line. Samprapte sannihite kale, nahi nahi rakshati dukrin karane. What it means is that when you are faced with a life or death situation, the knowledge of a book does not help you. Knowledge without wisdom does not save us. That wisdom comes from living, from doing, from being in the world. AI today has plenty of limitations. Joshua mentioned hallucinations. That's one of the main issues blocking the use of AI in enterprises. But beyond hallucinations, understanding the world, understanding physical activities, um, the physical movement, this is one of the next frontiers. Safety, safety of AI, and the Honorable Prime Minister talked about this today, is an existential issue. Swarms of agents can be made to do completely reckless things, and we don't yet have ways to understand or deal with this. And Joshua and Demis also talked about this. We have to solve this issue. We have to deliver AI that is safe. We have done this with nuclear power for the last 80 plus years. We can and we must do this with AI. Energy is another one of these issues. Where I live in California on Highway 101, just north of San Tomas, I drive by there every time I go to see my dad. There is a massive data center that is coming up. It's 720 megawatts. And this idea that I write a prompt and these gazillion GPUs blast into existence to produce a response, and then I make a tiny change to that prompt and then I do that again, it just seems like a completely absurd idea, especially to someone who has been around AI for such a long time. I have, thanks to the Ministry of IT, Honorable Ashwini Vaishnavji, I have a colleague who has been accompanying me throughout this conference. And he told me that yesterday he walked 32,000 steps. And I asked him, what did you eat? And he said, I ate 2 burgers. Shubham, if you're here, 2 burgers. You know, we normally eat 2,000 calories in a day. That's about a 100-watt light bulb, like less than one of these light bulbs. And out of that, our brain, our nervous system is maybe 15, 20 watts. That's like when your laptop is in sleep mode, it takes more power than that. So there are many zeros still to be removed from these models, and the models themselves have to be removed. So I think that there is a tremendous opportunity here. India is a country of the human potential. We have plenty of times before delivered the ability to billion plus Indians. Mukesh bhai talked about Jio, and Sunil talked about Airtel, and how now we have billion plus Indians who have data and connectivity. And when I was young, one of my earliest childhood memories is of worry in my parents' faces around food. They used to tell stories of how there was a shortage of food. And then the Green Revolution happened, and India is now one of the largest exporters of food in one generation. So I think that when you look at the time of intelligence, it is not only an opportunity to learn about this technology, to learn to master this technology, to understand its limitations, but to leapfrog that and to build the next generation of it. And as this summit so vividly demonstrates, we can be on our way to a human revolution powered by AI, by good AI, by purposeful AI, where every one of us, a billion entrepreneurs, is not just making a living, but is making a life. Not some artificial life or some artificial general life, but our own life and the life of others. And that would be so much fun to do. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sika, for your profound and very interesting remarks. And of course, your work at VNI also exemplifies the transformative potential of artificial intelligence.